Welcome to the episode 2.
Okay, so today we're gonna talk about overall health,
Yeah.
what you can do to improve it, because nowadays, as you can know, the overall health of the average people is honestly fucked up because of the food, because of the sleep, because of the habits and overall things we do through the day.
Yeah, lack of exercise, screen time, and all the other bad habits.
Yeah. So where should we start? I mean, fitness is overall, I think, one of the most simple things because we do it every single day. We're moving, obviously, but for the couple 100 years, we actually start moving very. How do we call this? I mean, we just don't move too often. As
Yeah, we
simple
just
as that.
sit at desks, sit all day in
Yeah.
school, in work.
We sit when we work, when we play video games. I mean, we don't, but most of the people does, right? So we sit all the time, even in the classes, even in the bath, even in the car.
Even right now.
Even right now we are sitting, yeah. But we actually schedule this
Yeah.
time, so don't worry about that.
Okay, yeah. I think sitting and lack of activity is one of the greatest problems in this modern day and age because it makes you gain weight and there is all sorts of bad things that happen because of it, cardiovascular problems and
Back pain also.
back pain. Okay, and some things that we can do is to just pay more attention to the way that we are spending time, spend more time standing, walking.
Yeah, overall, if you schedule some time and you actually know what you're doing, you can see whether you actually do the bad stuff or not. Because if you're aware of that, then it's already the kind of first step, and it's already good because you know you're doing bad stuff, and then you will have this motivation to change those things. Even if you do it wrong, sometimes you will still know it subconsciously that you want to change, that you don't want to sit anymore, that you want to kind of good health. But when you play, as we talked, video games, when you do all this stuff, you don't even kind of think about it. I mean, all we think is about how to become better at games, how to become better at work, how to do more work, something like that. You don't even think about these health problems that could kind of appear. So being aware of them and knowing that we want to change is already first step.
Yeah, also good thing to do would be maybe bring some kind of habit of standing while working or I don't know, maybe eating because like eating is like 2 hours per day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Overall, if you have the balance, because sitting, I mean, you can't live without sitting, right? You will still kind of sit. So just making it less activity. So basically, Edward says, moving around, maybe even having some work that doesn't require sitting at all. Maybe sometimes when you work, you could ask your businessman, like your boss or somebody, to buy. There's these new modern tables that are basically standing tables, which you can regulate by yourself. You can move them up or down. And what I like to do, if I would have this possibility, I would bring it as up as possible and just sit at my level so I can stand up and work. And honestly, this is much more productive way because I don't know, maybe it's just for me, maybe it would be for you
I
as
think
well.
for everyone.
If you're standing, you're more also focused.
Yeah, like you are more conscious of like how you spend your time. When you sit, you're just like sleepy and not thinking. But when you're standing, you're like focused. You like feel every little movement. And I also wanted to add that if you maybe don't want to invest in this like standing desk, then you can just regularly get up like every like 20 minutes, half an hour, and just like stand for 5 minutes, move around to to be active and not just spend all of your time sitting.
Yeah, that's a good point, man. Well, if we talk about the fitness though, what do you think we could kind of not recommend, but what worked for us and could be probably very good for other people as well.
Yeah, I mean, since I previously done this running challenge where I ran 30 days, I definitely could recommend running because it is very, you move a lot, you're running, and you also can be in nature outside of your home, see sunlight and breathe fresh air, which is also a positive. Also, if you want to do some kind of calisthenics in park, or I don't know, swimming, cycling, anything, any sport that's outside, is a good idea.
Yeah, overall doing this basic stuff, you don't have to be like very advanced and train like 3 4 hours, 3 4 times a day. I mean that what it kind of we transition into. So that's what we like. But if you really don't like that much like this hardcore training with so much passion, then still if you train like couple times a week, actually if you're a man, maybe for women as well, but usually for men, if you can dedicate yourself and go into some kind of fighting sport like striking, jiu-jitsu, let's say kickboxing, boxing, I mean it would bring your testosterone level much higher, and you would have like this ability to defend yourself, and if you just fight one time a week, it would also bring your confidence, because you will be already kind of one of the top percent of the men that are out there, because you would basically have one of the most important abilities, which is defending yourself and defending the ones you love.
Yeah, I wanted to add that the biggest improvement is not from training 2 hours per day and then going and training 3 hours per day. It's actually from going from not training to start doing training. That's actually the biggest improvement that you're going to see. And on the point of fighting, of course, being able to be physically strong and defend yourself is important, but I think even more practical and useful is the mental ability and being able to sort of the mindset that fighting gives to you, of you're not like afraid, you are capable. Confidence is the word that I was looking for. And just understanding your capabilities better.
Yeah, because fitness is not about the physical at all. Of course you get improved, right? But it's about doing the stuff over and over again. It also brings you a lot of discipline, and it will help you in daily life, because you will have to do things daily if you want to achieve big things, right? And it will help you with that. Of course you will face like boringness and all of that, but that's what it takes. I mean, the thing, if you start different things over and over again, you're not getting better at them. You're actually just getting like some kind of experience in one thing, then it becomes boring and you move to another. If you want to be expert, you need to know that you will face boringness. You will have to do things over and over again, and fighting is one of the kind of areas that will help you with that.
Yeah, you have to stick with good habits if you want to see the long-term benefits, because benefits don't come in a linear fashion. They come in the compound effect, in the exponential fashion.
Start is always like very hard.
Yeah, and you don't see a lot of pretty much any progress at the beginning for quite some time, and then it just starts happening left and right. And for example, I can little bit talk about my fitness transformation, because it started pretty much a year and a half ago, and for the first year I like saw only like a few benefits. I mean gained some muscle but not that much, and in the last 6 months I have made pretty much all of my progress when I started to exercise more regularly with more focus and intensity, also focusing on my sleep and diet. While my diet was not perfect, as I'm new to this, and I had a lot of snacks. But working on it and improving it.
Yeah, I mean, as he said, the beginning is one of the most like I think suffering times, because you're kind of getting new into space and you don't know all of the stuff. Of course, you're just seeking for the knowledge and how to do things better. You're kind of seeking for the advice of others. But the best thing I can recommend is just sticking with one thing, then going into that direction, and then changing things when you're moving this journey. Because you will probably face some kind of little failures, right? So after each of that, you will see what you want to change, what you need to change, and then you will just adjust. And as he said, he saw his progress just after the year, pretty much. because you have to know that fitness is not about fitness at all. It's about all of the different things that come with it, like sleep, diet. If you just train,
Yeah.
you can expect good results, because let's say you want to gain weight, right? If you're too skinny, or you want to lose weight, you need to have specific diets and rehabilitation, so you not just feel good, but you actually can like move efficiently.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it also can be overwhelming in this modern day and age with this much information. Like if you search something on YouTube, then it will just 1,000 videos will pop up saying different things. It can be very overwhelming. You won't know what is actually the truth. You have to like experiment and do it yourself and find out what works for you. Like I can tell what worked for me. For example, like going to the gym and MMA worked, and calisthenics worked the best for me. Also, I like running. I like with the in the sense that I hate running, that it's very difficult, and I enjoy that. And yeah, just putting effort into it and seeing what works.
Yeah. Now, if you have the finances or something, I would definitely recommend you to have some kind of mentor that can work with you specifically, because at the beginning I just watched these YouTube videos, right? For example, how to get abs, how to get like bigger. Honestly, all of those videos was kind of good, but I didn't like had a clear picture, because they just kind of give us this training videos, right? What to do or something. But let's say you do this training, right, and then eat like 10 burgers and something like that.
Yeah, like the training is only the good looking part. The actually hard part is eating, going to sleep early, and taking care of your health.
Yeah, so if you can get a mentor that could work with you specifically and recommend things specifically for your situation, then that's the biggest investment in this space.
Also, you can also do it yourself. It will just take more experimenting, or you can do it with a friend.
Yeah.
You can be like two, rabbits in science experiments, lab rabbits experimenting.
Like with more people, because when you kind of, let's say you started single, right? You have to experience much more things, but if you start together, you kind of face different kind of things, and then one of them can recommend you something that you couldn't like solve potentially if you would be just one person journey.
Yeah, people have different experiences. They have different problems, and they have probably found different solutions that work for them, and they can recommend them for you, but you need to test them actually yourself.
Because one thing that could work for them maybe will not work for you.
Yeah.
So the thing we all actually talked about so many times, diet is very important. So maybe we could tell like a little bit about what we done.
Yeah, so basically for all my life I have been a binge eater, eating cookies, cakes for different occasions like birthdays and everything like that.
He had like it's crazy. He had like a very big family, and almost every single week, if not a month, he's saying, okay, it's birthday party, let's go for the cake, let's do something like that. And if you have so much big family, I mean, staying focused is really hard, honestly.
Yeah, like to be more specific, I like usually have like 2 to like 4 or 5 like these parties in a month, which is crazy. Like the only month where none of my family members have anything is like January, if I remember correctly. But yeah, I have to be a little bit more strict when I go there, and I just limit the amount of food that I eat there. You can try eating beforehand, just your home food, so that you're actually going full to the party and you don't actually want to eat that much.
Yeah, so right now we're eating pretty strict. I don't know if you're with your diet specifically. We could tell both of us, and then we could tell this morning how it started. So right now I basically eat no carbs. I really into this proper eating overall.
Carnivore?
How does that say? Well, I would say body hacking. Biohacking. Yeah, when I'm just seeing what I should eat. I'm really curious and kind of strict about what I eat right now. of course there is sometimes, right, when you kind of eat a pizza or you eat like
Pasta or
something else,
something.
but overall you have to like stick with a strict diet to achieve what you want, whether it's gaining weight or losing it. And right now I'm actually researching about the seeds, kind of vitamins that you can get like naturally, because there's so much vitamins and like protein powders and all of that that kind of says it's have like some kind of vitamins, right? We don't know it 100% because it's chemically, and without the specific tests we can like do anything. And honestly, I myself, I like to research things by myself. Let's say some kind of expert or doctor say something. Of course, it brings some kind of trust, right? But you can't trust him 100%.
Yeah, I just wanted to point out that maybe Daniel's. I think it's more important to focus on the basics, like focusing on like specific.
Of course.
Yeah.
When you're starting out specifically.
Yeah, but just you need to get a good foundation of finding out what works for you, like eating a carnivore diet or like a paleolithic diet or ketogenic diet, all those fancy words, which basically means simple things like eating low carb diets and.
Yeah, that's just where we are right now. I mean, we're into this kind of I would say very strict diet. I don't know if you've specifically, but.
I wouldn't say that I have a very strict diet. I just focus on cutting out the like bad things, especially things that have sugar, because sugar is very bad for you. It makes you more hungry, and it suppresses, if I remember correctly, leptin, which basically is the chemical that makes you feel full. And I haven't basically don't eat any sugar.
Yeah, because you see, you have to understand that eating nowadays is kind of a pleasure thing. I mean, we want to eat like some kind of sweets, right? Like I said, cookies and everything. That's not how it's supposed to be. From the past, we can see that food was basically an energy thing that boosted people and make them alive. That's what it's supposed to be. You have to have like this kind of focused mindset all the time and hunting mindset before you actually eat. So you can do more, have more energy for that, and also pay more attention. But today, if let's say about our experience, in the past we eat a lot of stuff that doesn't make any sense. It was like some kind of sweets, right?
Chips and sodas.
Everything, and that makes you so lazy. After you eat like all the things, you just want to sleep. You want to chill.
Yeah. Actually, the things that makes me want to sleep are like carbs, which are a lot in these, and sugars. I want to mention that, as Daniel pointed out, in the ancient days, people also in the hunter-gatherer days, people weren't eating all day like breakfasts, which are made up. People were like,
it was insane. Actually,
kind of intermittent fasting, where you just like eat 8 hours or less in the day. Just basically.
In those days, there wasn't like shops that you could kind of go in
you had
a couple minutes. You actually had to hunt all of this food through the day.
Run for 10 miles and then with a spear and then throw and catch the mammoth.
Yeah. But today you can actually be more efficient. You could still eat those things. Of course, you wouldn't like hunt them or anything, but you can make the same like the digesting process. You can be healthy just like them. You can live really long because there's not infections. Actually, nowadays, like it's very efficient and you can use it like in so good ways. But all of the distractions that has created because of the business of money, overall power of the world, I mean, it's devastating. So if you just can control yourself, you can. If you can know what you need to eat, not just what you want, then you can be very efficient nowadays.
Yeah. Also, a good tip that I know for not eating a lot of like shitty food is it's easier to not eat at all than it is to eat little. Like if you have like a pack of cookies and it's easier to not eat none of them than to eat one and stop. Just not doing it.
Because usually when you start with one,
you just ends up in a spiral and you eat more and more. Also about these corporations that are making these foods like very sort of addictive with soft taste, nice taste in the mouth, making them also very adding chemicals that are like addictive. Just sticking to natural foods, whole foods like eggs, meat, vegetables, like truly the things that your grandma would give to you, like the
Yeah.
like potatoes, carrots, and
I mean, at the kind of ancient days, there wasn't any processed food. All of was kind of
was natural food.
natural, rough. It was pretty much the meat. It wasn't soft like nowadays, like these sausages or something. I don't even know what the hell is inside of them. I mean, it's very soft meat. It's pretty much digested. I don't know even how they make it process, like full process. I saw a couple of videos where they made them. It was pretty disgusting, honestly. But overall, all this processed food is just kind of bullshit that I specifically would recommend to just cut off.
I read somewhere that in the ancient days people had a lot better like teeth, and they had less problems with teeth because they were eating like hard foods that were like actually you needed the teeth. But nowadays that everything is just so soft, you like don't need the teeth and they're just falling out. We have a lot more teeth problems. Also, sugar is a key role in that. Yeah.
Sugar is honestly very bad in all of the ways. It not just cut the teeth off, actually all of the energy levels, everything. I mean, if you know all this stuff, I mean, why would you eat that?
I mean, the sugar is called the white death for a reason.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, maybe we can then move on.
Sleep.
Sleep, which is like currently my kind of thing that I want to improve, because I sort of had good sleep and now I have a little bit
fucked up. Honestly.
Fucked up.
Yeah, the same to me, because it's really easy to fall off this routine.
Yeah.
You could one time like had some kind of thing that you wanted to do a little bit later on, right? Let's say you want to sleep 8 hours, right?
Yeah.
And you're every single day waking at 6, 5 a.m. You kind of need to calculate this hours that you need to sleep. So you have to go to sleep at 9, 10 a.m. p.m. Sorry, and there's a lot of these days when you just want to do more stuff, and it usually takes much longer. So you kind of go to sleep at 12 a.m. maybe even 1 a.m. right, and then you have to wake up in like 4 or 5 hours.
We like to wake up early because it just makes us feel productive.
Yeah.
And we can go to the gym, but also the thing that when you like talk about sleeping 8 hours, you're actually more about, it's more important than to focus on the bedtime, how many hours to spend in bed, because it's not like 100% productive, like efficient sleep. Like the time that you fall asleep, is like something like on average like 20 minutes, half an hour, and then if you work on it, you can get it like lower, and also
there's basically 2 cycles of the day. There's day cycle and the night cycle. In each of the cycles, you kind of need to get yourself set up for the success in the next one. So if you want good sleep, which will reset yourself, which will give you this big reset when you will have a very productive next cycle, which is basically day cycle, right? You have to do things previously so you can have this good sleep, right? You have to, let's say, this is the same as the diet, as exercising, preparing for the next cycle so you can be successful in this one. So you have to struggle. You have to, at the beginning at least, because it will be difficult. Like right now, we're very focusing on actually getting the good sleep, because 8 hours doesn't mean that you actually slept at 8 hours.
I should know the numbers. When personally I sleep for about 8 hours. Not sleep. I lie in bed for 8 hours. I get somewhere like 6.5 hours of sleep, which is like actually, I mean, it's just, I feel okay.
Yeah.
I feel okay now, but I think it's I would feel a lot better and would see more gains in the gym if I would sleep more, which is also the best part of sleep.
Yeah,
personally.
So you will see a lot of gains by sleep, and honestly, the best things you can do as a beginner is just getting yourself properly prepared for the next cycle, which is just eating good, which is exercising, not spending.
Being tired when you go to bed.
Because a lot of times when you do like nothing through the day, right, you feel the wrong tiredness. You feel like you know this thing when you did nothing almost all day and you just feel kind of tired. I mean, you actually don't feel tired. It's just your brain fucking with you. If you're actually tired, you could literally fall asleep like in 1 minute. It just when you had like very rough day of a lot of stuff, right? You were, let's say, exercising 2-3 hours, eat good, do a lot of work. That's what you have to focus on.
Also, going to sleep, you want to eliminate distractions like noises, light. I also want to buy blackout curtains. Daniel already has them. Like, for example, when I stayed at night with Daniel and he just closed the curtains, just like pitch black.
Yeah.
In my room, my curtains are like just these green. They let light through, and I have a lamp straight out the window that's just blowing in my room, and it's kind of annoying.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm going to buy blackout curtains.
In the future, I think if I would live like in some kind of place that I will live in that place, that I actually could manage myself and all of that, right? So I would actually separate the working room from my bedroom. Bedroom would be just room without anything, just bed, without any lights, full black. I think even making maybe this bedroom as without the windows, maybe with some kind of airflow. Right, because air is very important, but just one roof besides everything without anything. Zero noises, full black, with good air, just to kind of get this most out of the sleep.
Yeah, having a specific place that just you associate with like sleep, like having your work desk for work, like a kitchen table for eating, like having different things for different purposes. Yeah. Also, I can recommend this app that I showed previously to Daniel. It's called Sleep Cycle. I use it to track sleep, and
he says it tracks this bit of the noises. I honestly don't believe that.
Try it. It works. If you you need data to like see your sleep and to actually not just go on your feelings, but also have some data.
There's a lot of stuff like some kind of rings or anything, but that's bullshit. It's too expensive. Of course, if you have finances and everything, you can do this. If you're in a position when you're like very young without like a lot of finances and everything, I mean, just tracking these things and actually seeing some kind of progress through a long period of time is more than enough. Then you will transition later on into maybe something else. Maybe, who knows, right? But just start. You don't have to overcomplicate with starting, because usually when you start something new, right, you start seeing like all of the best people in this field that are doing crazy stuff.
Yeah, like the advanced stuff that is like, but you don't really see them doing the basics, because it's like obvious that they do the basics.
Yeah.
They just show off the cool and exciting advanced stuff.
So basically make you entertaining, but the basics is all this.
The 20% of things that do the 80% of like the actual benefits.
Yeah. So that's pretty much all about health.
Yeah.
What do you think with that though? Because exercising, diets, sleep.
I think also having like a good like leisure time, the ways that you can rest, like being active. Like I remember we and Daniel used to go in the spring to a place near our home where we'd go swim. There will be like this calisthenics park. We'll train, swim, like sunbathe, which was very nice. We also play airsoft, which is like also a good way to be active and spend good time.
Yeah, just picking up the right rest, right? Not because usually, at least I thought that rest is watching some kind of movie at the beginning, right? Doing some like tiring stuff, or maybe even playing some video game, but it's not even a rest. It's like stupid stuff that maybe some movies with your girl is I don't know. Sometimes you can't like spend this time, right? But it's not really a rest. For the rest, you have to reset your kind of mind and physical body.
Yeah, so you have to recover.
So you can be efficient in the next cycle. So finding these right things, as he said, airsoft, whatever it is for you.
Yeah, like doing sports, like going maybe playing with your friends. Volleyball, basketball, football, going bowling. You'll also have a lot more fun than just sitting at home or on Discord playing video games.
Yeah. There's a lot of things to the health overall, but these are just the main things that you can actually do. Of course, then later on you can like be more specific things. Like what is your hygien? Taking care of your body overall.
I mean, just focusing on like some smaller things like taking vitamins, doing maybe a blood test, seeing what vitamins you need,
Yeah.
your testosterone level, boosting it in different ways.
Yeah, but that is how it started.
Mhm.
It started with the beginning, the very simple things, and then you just move on into being like kind of expert, because when you do things over and over again, you actually track yourself, and then you have like this open doors for new opportunities to become better and better and better. And at this point, yes, you will start to improve. You will start do like he said, blood tests. You will start maybe seeing some kind of doctors, taking specific vitamins that you research. Like as I told in the beginning, I right now research under biohacking. Overall, what seeds, what kind of things you can do through the day that could help you to live healthy and also very long life. But at the beginning, it's all about the basics, all about doing like this fitness, everything, and yeah.
Yeah. Also, maybe one small tip that I can tell you is to drink from metal bottles, not plastic ones, because the plastic ones just leak plastic and things into water, and that's not good for your testosterone and your health.
This is crazy. Actually, all of the tap water, no,
It's
honestly,
poisonous. Yeah.
it's poisonous, and honestly, we drink it a little bit right now, because we don't know like how. We're just getting into that.
I mean,
We're
it's
not
better.
solving
It's better
these
to
things.
drink tap water than to drink soda.
Of course, yeah.
Yeah, but then you want to also maybe in the future there are these machines called reverse osmosis water filters that purify your water and turn it to the natural state. Yeah.
Overall, start with the small things and then move on. Of course, there's a lot of things we will improve in the future for ourselves.
Yeah, like
as well.
buying this filter and
maybe even seeing some kind of doctors. You're just kind of getting better at those things, and that's all. I mean, just stay healthy, and that's it.
Yeah, also being healthy is not maybe just about the physical body, it's also about a huge role plays mental health, because you can't really go to the gym at 5 a.m. when you are like
thinking about the wrong things.
Yeah, thinking about bad things.
Yeah,
you want to sort of meditate, do gratitude journaling, be just happy. And
I think be just grateful for what you have, because when you're focusing on everything that you don't have and that you kind of want, let's say, this is very familiar with Christian kind of religion, though. No offense, I respect all of the Christians, but a lot of times they kind of pray for God to having something. Actually, they want like some kind of car, better life, or something. I think that you have to pray for, and not just pray, but think about the grateful things you already have. You have like family members alive. You have like keeping track on yourself, keeping better and better. Being grateful that you have like all of the hands and legs.
Yeah, being just healthy, having
And then when the actual things that you want come.
Yeah, then being grateful for them that they.
And you'll actually be more happy by that, because it wasn't something that you kind of wanted like for 10 years straight, that let's say you wanted some kind of car or a materialistic thing. I mean, these things doesn't matter. You are born with nothing, and you will die with nothing. The only thing that matters is how you're gonna die. Are you gonna die with legacy, and the other people will be proud of what you've done, and you will be proud of the life you live, or you will kind of be sad about all of that. It's your choice.
Also, I think that I will be improving this sort of year, and the next year is the social life. Previously, in the pandemic and the gaming time, I didn't like see that many people, like only people in my classmates in school. But quite recently in the November of the past year, I started going to MMA, which was like my sort of doing something social, going to the gym. Also, I have a plan to sort of get more social in school and in just general in this self-improvement niche.
It will. It will. I think it will actually help you a lot in like overall being in groups of like-minded people, so you can kind of be in this journey together. And as without, it kind of helps you to get more experience, better experience, and you just feel more happier because you're not doing the stuff alone. You actually have somebody that do in the same page of yours.
Yeah, I remember we were riding our bikes, and we were thinking about like our like classmates and friends that we know, like how are they spending time? Are they like focusing on like these things like fitness and sleep? And we just realized that there aren't really a lot of many people, at least. There is a lot of competition here.
There is no competition.
Yeah.
Actually, no. If you actually dedicate yourself for like at least couple of years.
A year or two, even just you.
As Andrew and Tristan said, you really just need five years to set up your life from everything. You will be the most successful people in the roof, at least in the average space. I mean, it's so crazy, man. 5 years is only what it takes. 5 years. I mean, you could spend 5 years in overall school like nothing, right? But if you spend it here, it's just crazy how far you can go.
Yeah, especially when you think about the aggregation of marginal gains or the compound effect that everything comes like later on, and after like 5 years of putting in the work, like we are at just the beginning, and we are 17 years old and approximating success at 22 or faster.
Well, early 20s.
Early 20s. Crazy that other people are like still playing video games at 20s and they haven't put in the work.
Yeah, maybe the thing we could recommend though is just start right now.
Yeah, that's I think our biggest advantage is our age, that we are so young.
Yeah.
And that we have all of this time to experiment, build a good foundation, learn about these things, and focus.
Because a lot of people have this mindset that I will do something when this will happen. Let's say I will start a business when I finish my school, right?
Yeah.
And I get better. I mean, it's honestly never will happen because I experienced this on myself. I always wanted to do things after some kind of things, but after that thing comes, I mean, really nothing changed. You just have to start right now, whatever it is, even if it's the worst part of your life, if it's the best part of your life, it doesn't really matter. You just have to start.
Yeah, I can relate to this in the case that I was like watching these self-improvement videos, just procrastinating while watching them, not actually taking any action, like how to read books while not reading any books. But taking action is the most important thing, and you want to first do and then kind of learn, not like just researching and then not taking any action. That's just a waste of time in my opinion.
Yeah, very good point. Very good point, because also we ourselves kind of at the beginning wanted to research about the things, right? And we wanted to get into those things. It's very hard because you probably don't know anything, but you just have to find one thing and then stick to it and go through the journey. Because if you research about all the things, you just get confused.
Yeah, as you mentioned earlier, that you just get overwhelmed with all the information. There's just too much of it. You just can't sort through all of it.
It's just an experiment, just like labor experiment. You get a little bit of things you want to do, right? And then you kind of start doing action, like hundreds, even if not 1,000 times. And then you kind of get testing. You know what you've done right, what you've done wrong. And then you just want to improve the good stuff and remove the bad stuff that happened. Yeah,
I think it's something similar to like finding your interests. You just have to try a bunch of different things and just find what you truly enjoy. Like you have to try like playing a piano, playing guitar, learning language, everything, and just see what you enjoy the most.
Yeah, I think that's pretty much it for this episode.
Yeah, I think it's a good way to end this episode. Had a lot of fun talking to you, Daniel.
Yeah, me as well.
Yeah.
So let's see in the third one, right?
Yeah, wait till the third episode, and thanks for watching.
Bye, man.
Bye.